Hello guys, it's me, the Media Nerd here, bringing you another Media Nerd update. My first piece of news is that Valve is not making a Steambox console. So my biggest viewed video for the Media Nerd updates has been my first one about the Steambox console. Well, now for all of you that are wondering, no, Valve is not making a Steambox console. So let me read this report on it. If Valve is planning on getting into the hardware game with a Steambox game console of its own, sorry, as one report suggested, it's not happening anytime soon. According to the company, Valve's main marketing man, Doug Lambardi, tells Kotaku that yes, the developer does build special boxes to test our software, but that the Valve console platform is a long way off. Quote, we're not prepping the Steam Big Picture Mode UI and getting ready to ship that, so we're building boxes to test that on. Whatever his face is called, told to Kotaku. He adds that yes, Valve has been experimenting with biometric feedback devices that can complement gameplay, but quote, but it's a long way from Valve shipping any sort of hardware. End quote. Lambardi never outright denies that Valve could get into the hardware game, but shoots down theories that the developer plans to show a Steambox at the GDC or E3 2012. So if a Valve-approved hardware platform is coming and still sounds like a possibility, it won't be happening too soon. So, yeah, that's kind of sad news. But, hey, it was a good run. But, you know, just like all rumors, you gotta take it with a grain of salt that it might be wrong. So, which I did. I was excited for it, as you saw in the video. It might not have come through, and I'm sorry for that I was also kind of skeptical about it. But just mainly because I was excited at the possibility. I'm always excited at possibilities, you know. I'm excited at the possibility that I could be living on in Mars in 20 years. So there's that. So our second piece of news is that Halo 4 is bypassing a beta test. That's right. Halo 4 will not have a public beta like the rest of the Halos. So I guess the thing goes that Bungie is the only one really Bungie is the only company that actually knows how to make a Halo game. As if we didn't know that already. So here's this. 343 Industries is not planning to mark the 2012 return of Master Chief with a multiplayer beta, the developer confirmed in its last Halo bulletin. The news was first hinted at earlier this week by Halo franchise manager Frank O'Connor, who suggested the developer would instead focus on shipping and polishing the game. 343's statement today echoed that sentiment and again made clear the developer is testing Halo 4 at a significant scale. Quote, while we are testing Halo 4 code, gameplay, and systems at significant scale to get excellent data input and feedback, we are focused on polishing and shipping our experience for the duration of the year, and splitting resources to manage and build a beta is not on our schedule, reads the message. Halo 4 is due out on the Xbox 360 this holiday. It's a direct sequel to 2007's Halo 3 and Star Super Soldier Master Chief. Well, of course, that last part, like we already didn't know. I just read it for anyone who doesn't know what Halo is. At this point, fuck, you should know. If you're a gamer, you should know. At this point, if you're a gamer and you play the Xbox, you know, it's like playing the Xbox 360 and not knowing who Marcus Phoenix is. Like, really? But anyway, I just threw that in there because that's a part of the article, and fuck, you know, I want to be equal to all. So, even if you're like a PS3 gamer, whatever. But that does piss me off. This piece of news does piss me off because there's no significant scale. There's nothing compared to a good public beta because there is more crap that's going to go on the first day of launch that I guarantee. I can guarantee that just like Call of Duty, the game is going to be buggier and glitchier on the first day than it ever will be. And that's a problem. That's what a public beta does because it's your first impression. When you launch a game, that's your first impression because the quickest response you can possibly get is maybe a patch in the next week. So for an entire week, your game's going to look like shit. And videos on YouTube are going to show the glitches and how bad it is. So at this point, I'm not very confident anymore in 343's ability. Because you would think with Frank O'Connor, who's seen Bungie make Halo, who's experienced the Halo making process, would do a public beta. I mean, come on. He knows that Halo is what made the public betas popular, extremely popular, for a good reason. Just like how the free-to-play market is now completely popular. Of course, that's nothing to do with Halo, but it is true that things go popular for a reason, though. Public betas work because uh because why pay a bunch of game testers when you can have a bunch of people literally test your game for free? There's never a good comparison. It should happen, but that's Microsoft's thing, and I guess Microsoft's gonna make this game just absolute ass like EA's doing with their games. Uh, so I'm hoping. I'm hoping for the best because Halo is my favorite game franchise, but I at this point don't know. Seriously, like without Bungie touching this game at all, it's in the hands of fate now. It's either gonna be good or it's gonna be bad. It's all a roll of the dice at this point. Um, but let me just go on to another piece of news. This one has to do with laws and all that good stuff that we all love. Onlive Desktop is violating Microsoft's terms of service, licensing terms. Yeah, again, I'm a huge Onlive fan, so this does personally affect me. And this one is kind of long, so forgive me if I get near the 15-minute mark. Ever since Onlive Desktop was announced several months ago, and then subsequently released first on the iPad and later on Android devices, there have been many people wondering how Onlive managed to get around Microsoft's licensing terms. Onlive was mute on the subject, as was Microsoft. However, just today, Joe Matz, corporate vice president of worldwide licensing and pricing at Microsoft, released a blog post. In the post, he explains that Microsoft licensing terms provide clarity and consistency for their partners, and then goes on to state, quote, some inquiries about these scenarios have been raised as a result of recent media coverage related to Onlive Desktop and Desktop Plus services. Additionally, the analyst firm whatever faces, God, I hate these hard to pronounce names. Raised questions regarding the compliance of these services last week. We are actively engaged with Onlive with the hope of bringing them into properly licensed scenario, and we are committed to seeing this issue is resolved. This brings up some interesting points. One, Onlive doesn't appear to have compliance with Microsoft's rules, and two, it doesn't appear as though Onlive initially made any attempt to ensure the desktop service fell under Microsoft's licensing terms. Could this be an oversight by Onlive? No, I don't believe that this is an oversight of Onlive. I believe that this is all to do with just crap. Because I don't believe personally that Steve Perlman, who's the CEO of this, I'll read this extra part of the thing that actually explains Steve Perlman, so you know the kind of relationship he is. For those unfamiliar with Onlive CEO Steve Perlman, he has had a very close dealings with Microsoft in the past. In the 1990s, Perlman sold his company, Web TV, to Microsoft. He then proceeded to become an employee of the company for a short time before leaving to start a new business incubator, Raritan. I'm sorry, Perlman, if I get that wrong. Could Onlive have misinterpreted the guidelines that Microsoft lays out? No. No. Onlive is a good company. I'm pretty sure that Steve Perlman didn't mean to do this at first. I'm pretty sure that the Desktop Plus service is more of a tech demo as anything, because because the fact that it works, it's showing that their technology does work and can be used for other things other than just gaming. So I'm pretty sure that we'll get like a streaming video service out of them or something like that. The power of their cloud servers, you can run fucking Windows 7 on it and have millions of users using what amounts to probably 3 or 4 servers are running it, so it's like only 3 or 4 versions of Windows 7 that need to be licensed, and literally millions of people can access those 3 or 4 servers as their own accounts. Like, I got on there and I got my own documents and everything. It was really fucking insanely cool. So yeah, it's just insanely cool, and I do trust them Onlive, and I do know that they are going to get out of this unscathed, and at least I hope so, because Microsoft doesn't need to be douchebags. I mean, seriously, Microsoft is only doing this because of money. They're not really doing this out of being nice. They're not. I'm pretty sure that that Steve Perlman has more leeway, being that he's been a huge friend of the company for years. I'm pretty sure he can just call up Bill Gates or something and have him help him out. Of course, Bill Gates is retired, but so I don't know how much help he can be, but I don't know. I'm just thinking of scenarios. So, but I know this video is getting 10 minutes long, so I'm gonna stop here. Basically, you can look at the article yourself because it is a pretty long article, and then you can go into the forum on Onlive fans and put in your own thoughts and opinions there. But please put your thoughts and opinions in short form on my comments because I love reading your comments. And yes, I do view every single comment. So yes, I've seen your comment, and I'll even reply to some of them if they're really good or really bad, and I'll just want to get my anger out on you. If you're a troll to me, I'll troll you back. But so yeah, that's my show, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have nothing else to say because I'm getting way too long. This video is 1 minute 40 seconds, so I'm just shutting down now.